Scotland is famous for its rugged coastline and wild highlands, but somehow neither Emilia nor I have seen it for ourselves. So we set out to see what the NC500 route had to offer, navigating around the coastline and ending up in one of Scotland's most popular islands. There's a few ways to do this road trip, but we chose the best way, a camper van which we picked up from road surfers, a literal home on wheels. We are officially on the NC500 route. We have just seen the sea for the first time here in Scotland. Here we go, the next 500 miles around the very north part of Scotland.
This morning we are driving up to one of the most northern points on the mainland.
It's looking a little bit cloudy this morning, but hopefully the rain is going to stay away and the sunshine is going to peek through.
Oh, fluffy cows!
Highland coos!
Oh my gosh! Oh, he's so cute!
Look at him. Oh, he looks kind of angry. Look at the little baby, the baby calf.
Oh my gosh, there's a baby cow!
A baby Highland coo.
Oh, they're so fluffy. Why are they so fluffy? I don't understand. This is what summer in Scotland's like. I am wearing a coat, a jumper and a long sleeve, and I'm still a little bit chilly, but at least the sun's out. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like this big cave and it's filled with birds and it's like all echoing around. It's really cool.
A short walk along the cliffs led us to one of the most dramatic coastal views, the Duncaspy Stacks. Towering sea cliffs and jagged rocks rising straight out of the ocean, which made us excited for what was to come on this road trip.
We're just driving through the town of John O'Groats, and if you've heard of that before, you'll probably know that it's the most northern point in the UK, which is actually false because there is more northern points, and we've also just been up to the Shetland Islands, which is way further north than this.
The official northern point of the mainland of the UK is called Dunnet Head, and it's about 10 minutes away from John O'Groats, so let's go check that out instead. So this is the most northern point on the mainland of the UK. Just over there. I don't think we can get to it though. Although, if I'm standing here against this fence, no one else on the mainland is more north than me.
Well, maybe I will be.
Oh, I'll reach for her. No!
That's enough of that.
Let's go because it's just lots of people here really.
I mean, we paid £1 for parking and went up and saw it, so I think we're done.
We just came around this bend, pulled into this parking space, because what have we got in front of us?
The Highlands, the start of the Highlands, and they actually look surprisingly tall. I know compared to other countries, Scotland hasn't got the tallest mountains, but...
Now the next section we are heading into over the next few days is by far supposed to be the best part of the whole NC500.
We stopped off at the side of the road because there is the most beautiful view behind me. The mountains look insane, and we decided that this is going to be where we have our dinner tonight. Joel is hard at work cooking over here.
This is Chef Joel.
Chef Joel. Anyway, what are you cooking?
Jambalaya.
This is a dish our friend taught us. Kind of like a paella-y dish. But we'll show you that when it's done. Here we go. What a feast you've cooked up.
I'm not sure how it is.
This is our lovely jambalaya dinner tonight.
Joel's jambalaya.
Joel's jambalaya with the most perfect view. Ready?
Be honest.
Hot.
That means she doesn't like it. All she said was hot.
Ooh, we got a lock up ahead.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Bit of Scottish banter for you all. And that's definitely going to make any Scottish person cringe, I'm sorry.
Just so you know, we have come a slight detour off the NC500 because our good friend Josh told us to come down this road, and so far it's looking pretty good, thanks Josh.
Wow.
Are you ready to explore Josh's valley?
Yes, once I get my layers on. I can't believe it's like 9 degrees in June. Oh, this is pretty, isn't it?
So this is where we're camping tonight, on this beautiful loch in the mountains on this really quiet road. And one of the beautiful things about Scotland is there's a lot more freedom with the rules on where you can camp compared to a lot of other countries. You still need to be very respectful and careful, but oh my word, I've just seen how many midges there are. No, they're literally surrounding me. They're so small, these midges. They're not like mosquitoes. They're literally, I'm not even sure. Because I stopped for a few minutes, they just all came around me. Emilia's just having a shower, so. We haven't really seen many midges yet because we've been on the coast. Oh no, there's some inside. But I think if you come more inland, the midges get really bad. Basically in the summer months. And now I need to get rid of these ones inside. After that little midge attack, I've showered, feel all cozy in our little camper. How are you feeling?
I'm good, we've got such a good view.
Look at this view we have. This is incredible.
And it is 10:30 and it's still light.
It's so bright outside right now.
Luckily our van's like blackout, but otherwise I would not be sleeping.
We'll see you guys in the morning. It's another beautiful day in Scotland.
We have left our campsite from last night and we are back on the official NC500 route. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. The sun is out this morning, which is lovely because we're heading to the West Highlands, and apparently that bit can be a bit more rainy. A lot of these small rural little villages we're going through, there's like 5 houses and a lot of them just have a pub, a police station and like the smallest little petrol station you'll ever find.
NC500.
Yeah. So right now we're basically sorting out the camp. Because we've got this amazing road surfer van, it means we can pretty much wild camp. We've got a toilet inside, which we'll show you very shortly. We've got a shower, and so basically we're emptying the toilet, which is a little bit gross, but you know, it's got to be done. Allows us to camp off grid and basically just sorting this old thing out. How you doing?
Yeah, just cleaning up the dishes so we can make use of as much water as possible before we refresh.
There is probably a much better way of doing this, but we only have this short little hose at the moment, so I'm having to struggle with this thing. Filling it up. So this is all of our chemical waste, all the stuff you don't like, and we basically have to put it down this toilet.
Oh.
Please look away now. Oh, something's coming out.
Cleaned and freshed and ready to go. So we actually found this on Park for Night, this like service station, and it only cost us £5, which is a really good deal because actually a lot of the places we looked at you had to pay to stay the night, and it would end up being like 26 to like 30 quid, which is quite a lot just to dump some waste. And definitely check out Park for Night if you do want to do this because it will help you to find the best spots.
Okay, so now it's time for the van tour, but unfortunately we lost the footage of the tour we filmed, so you have to see it through Emilia's phone. The van was surprisingly spacious, with a kitchen and a comfy bed at the back, but the best part is the bathroom with a toilet, sink and shower with hot water, which was perfect for the Scottish weather. Anyway, back to the video.
Well, I think that's a Highland Coe.
Another Highland Coe! Hello Highland Coe, how are you?
We are going to the beach. Are we going to swim? Nobody knows at this point.
Little bit breezy though, isn't it?
Yeah, getting a bit of sand in my face. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we can swim here because there's literally jellyfish everywhere.
Whoa, look how many jellyfish there are.
They're literally all down the beach. These are actually called moon jellyfish, and apparently they're super common here in Scotland, and especially in the summer months you do get a lot washing up. But they should be basically harmless. They will sting a little bit.
Are you ready?
I'm ready to get stung by the jellyfish.
The jellyfish won't sting us, they should be fine. Here we go then! We're going in the sea! Let's be brave! There's a jellyfish! There's one there! There's one there! What? There's so many! That was so cold. Now we've come out, it feels like a little bit warmer. Just a little bit.
That was fun though.
It was actually fun.
It was actually fun.
How are you feeling?
I feel good after that.
I've done a kilometre fast run up and down the beach.
just to keep myself warm, and I feel amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I'm feeling all cozy and warm now because luckily for us, this van actually has a hot shower. How do you feel about this van life?
This van, I'm actually loving it. Probably too much, because we've got everything we need. We can just be completely off grid, and I think that's my favourite thing. Highland cow!
Highland cows!
Highland cow! I think that's my favourite thing, just being off grid in this beautiful nature. Even if it's cold, we've got a hot shower, we can stay all cozy. It's brilliant. It is a little bit rainy right now, and above here it looks like we have some incredible mountains in the distance, although you can't see them that well because there's clouds in the way. Look at these. So I think, I'm not sure which one, but one of these is like over 1,000 meters, and for the UK that is a very big mountain. So I think we're going to cook some dinner here, and hopefully this little bit of sun passes through and it stops raining and we can get some views of these mountains. So this bridge which we're currently on is famous in Top Gear. That's all I know. Here it is. It looks pretty cool though.
It is really pouring down with rain now.
We might have to just, I don't know, call it a day. It is just chucking it down, isn't it? The next day, the rain had passed and the sun began to come through, lighting up the rugged landscape around us. We continued our journey along the wild west coast of Scotland, stopping at white sand beaches and dramatic cliffside views. Mid-morning, we took a small detour inland to visit a hidden waterfall tucked away in the hills. This evening we are planning to go on one of the most beautiful passes on the whole of the NC 500 route. But the only thing is, it's a little bit sketchy. It's especially a little bit dangerous if you're in a big van like this, but we're going to show you that you can actually do it because apparently lots of camper vans do.
Right now we are heading to a remote town called Applecross, and basically to get there we have to go down these tiny little roads.
Especially considering that this one lane is actually for 2 cars and you have lots of these little passing places.
But also you can barely see around the corner, so you have no idea when something's coming for you. If you want peace and quiet, Applecross is the place to live.
And there's just a few cows, a few houses.
Fluffy cows, not just any cows. Oh my gosh.
Highland Coe!
Road normally impassable in wintry conditions. Weak road.
Here we go. But we're not weak people, and I'm not a weak driver. So apparently, this road is quite difficult to kind of go up because it's very steep and it's got some very tight hairpin turns.
Yeah.
So we're going to give it a go, and we're coming late so it doesn't get too busy. Unsuitable for caravans, it says.
Unsuitable for caravans. We don't really know what this counts as.
A camper van, not a caravan, sure.
Yeah. We've got traffic coming.
We just gotta wait. We gotta be patient on this pass.
Oh, this is narrow.
I mean, I'm glad we don't have a wide van because we wouldn't be able to get across some of these bits. There's a digger. Looks like it's making another passing place.
So thin.
At least they've got a barrier so you can't just like fall off the edge. This car is pulling through. Well, this van, it's so powerful, and it's done all on automatic as well. I think we've reached the top viewpoint. We're just walking up to the viewpoint where you can see like the famous road, this famous pass. But we're actually over 600 meters up now. Like we just suddenly scaled from Applecross in about 15-20 minutes up to the very top of this mountain. And the views are pretty cool.
Just over there where the mountains are, that is the Isle of Skye.
That is where we'll be heading in the next couple of days, which is pretty exciting.
Guys, I've just seen some wild deer.
They look quite frightened, don't they?
This looks crazy. This road.
This road's become really popular for tourists like us, but this road is actually a lifeline for local people to get to the town we were just in, Applecross, because otherwise you have to take like an hour a route to go around.
And this is what the road could look like in the winter at times, so you definitely want to come in the summer, in my opinion.
Yeah, don't go in the winter, it'll be really cold.
and snowy.
Good morning, guys. The weather does not look good this morning. Hopefully the roads don't get too slippy. But we're heading down the parks.
Hopefully it's going to be nice and empty because it's only just past 7.
Here we go.
Even this first corner is sharp. In a big camper anyway.
Yeah, in a big camper. In a car it's fine. And we're going downhill though, so it's kind of alright. Whee! It's almost like a little fairground ride.
Finally, we are just about to cross the bridge to the Isle of Skye. Look.
There it is, the big mountains in the background.
It's actually not that far away at all. I didn't realise you could just get a bridge over. I always thought it was a ferry.
Apparently this place is busy, so let's see what it's like at some of the spots. We've just started our first stop here in Skye, and already you can see the difference in the number of tourists. Like, there is so many more cars on the street, and it's just not built for tourism, is it?
No, like literally this spot, we're at Telska Beach, and basically there's no proper car park. Everyone's just parked on the side of the road. It was a bit of mayhem trying to get here. I really feel for the locals actually, like how busy it is already.
We're in Telska Bay, and we've come here so that we can try and avoid the bigger crowds. And so far, there's not been many people. And it looks like in the distance, we can see something.
A waterfall onto the beach.
I was not really expecting somewhere to look like this. This doesn't feel like the rest of Scotland or where we've been so far. This feels rocky, it feels volcanic. It does feel Icelandic in a way.
Maybe this is just me, but I actually had no idea that we had black sand beaches in the UK. But here I am on one. It's getting to the evening now, and I'm on Park for Night looking for somewhere for us to sleep tonight, because it feels like there is so many camper vans here and not that many places to stay, and one of the campsites was actually completely full, so we're going to try and find somewhere we can kind of pull in for the night.
Yeah, exactly. Right then, guys, I think we're just going to park up here for the night. There is literally no one else here. I don't even know what it is, this kind of car park area, but we have 4G. We've got everything we need in there. We've topped up with water. Yeah, we're just going to stay here for the night and look at the views. Not exactly too bad.
We're trying to go to sleep, and accidentally loads of midges have come into our van and we can't get rid of them, and they're literally biting us.
Literally, like, I keep slapping my legs and they're everywhere. Probably hard to see them all flying around, but they're literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. I think the best thing to do now is just turn off the lights and just try and let them settle down. Try and kill the ones here. The midges here in the Isle of Skye have been really bad. Like, they were not as bad on the NC500, maybe because it's so still and there's not much wind. We've just woken up. I've gone to open the blinds and look how many midges are behind here. It's disgusting. Like, look how many. We have just begun the hike up to the Old Man of Storr. £5 for parking, not too bad. And I think we've got about an hour's hike to the top. How you feeling?
Actually warm. It's got hot. It's like going to be 20 degrees today.
Blimey, Scotland.
It's 20 to 11 in the morning right now, and it's not too busy. There is quite a few people on the path, but we're kind of spread out. But I have a feeling when we get to the top, it's going to feel a lot more busy.
We have basically reached the top. We've got just a little bit further, and there it is, the Old Man of Storr. Now, Storr in Old Norse actually means big, and the Old Man is because it's actually a shape. It looks like an old man on this pinnacle rock. But look at the views we've got around here, absolutely stunning.
We've come down to this bit because it's a bit more sheltered. It is so windy up the top. There is like quite a few people, I guess, but to be fair, it's not as busy as I expected.
You right down there? Good work. Now we've come to a good viewpoint. There is no one else here. one of the most famous things to do here in Skye is to go to fairy pools. But fairy pools is very touristy, and apparently it's a little bit overrated because you've got to walk quite far. Whereas we've come here to Torrin pools, and apparently it's very similar, and it's a lot less busy. Here's some sheep along the way. So typically at these pools, people tend to go swimming. You know, wild swimming, cold water swimming is really nice for you. But it has turned really grey and cloudy this afternoon, and it feels like rain is imminent. So we're getting a little bit put off the idea of going swimming in these beautiful pools. Should I go swimming in here? Should I?
I'm sorry, I can't do it today. Usually I'm not too bad, but today, nah.
I'm being brave.
It's up to you.
See, this YouTube channel helps us to do things outside of our comfort zones. It's good for us.
Come on.
3, 2, 1, go.
Whoa.
I'm doing it.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
That was still icy.
Woo!
I am done. But I actually stayed in there like 5 minutes, didn't I?
Yeah, well done.
I feel good.
I'm proud.
Honestly, cold water swimming is the way forward. Just not when it's too cold. I feel fresh, alive, and very cold after that swim. But definitely worth it. Give it a go. Come to Torrin Falls rather than the fairy pools where everyone will be.
And if it was better weather, they would actually look really, really pretty in the sunlight, apparently.
We are leaving Isle of Skye now, and we want to head to one final location before we end this road trip tomorrow morning. So let's go on the road. Look at the views!
Whoa! Hello, mainland Scotland.
We just pulled into a car park to what is going to be our final stop here on our road trip, and it has started lashing it down.
Classic Scotland, what can I say?
Look at it, it's absolutely miserable, I'm not going to lie. The problem we've had is it keeps saying it's going to be sunny and it just keeps on raining and being super cloudy. So we're going to have to wait it out.
Lovely summer weather here.
This is an average Scottish day. So the reason we came to this spot is it's supposed to be a beautiful view of the UK's tallest mountain, over 1,300 metres, in front of this beautiful Scottish loch. And if you can see a slight little dark bit, that is the start of the mountain. Ben Nevis should be here. There it is, Ben Nevis. Should be up here, but it's not because of the terrible weather we've had.
You can't even see it.
Yeah, it really isn't far either. Let's jump back in the car because the weather app has promised us we're going to get a nice sunset.
Do we believe that?
Probably not. Get out of this wet place.
It's actually sunny. Wow.
In that one section.
In this one section. It's actually really beautiful.
And because it stopped raining, guess what's going to come out?
The midges.
Oh no! So this is Glen Coe Valley, and I think this has to be one of the most beautiful valleys in all of the UK. Whoop. I nearly fell in the puddle. You got to keep your hood up, otherwise you get bitten, like around your eyes, around your ears and stuff.
My whole face is being bitten.
But if you keep your hood up, you diminish the chances. Anyway guys, that was our Scottish road trip. How about that?
Amazing. And typical Scottish weather.
Before this trip, I had never been to Scotland. So this has been an eye-opener of how beautiful this landscape is. Shame it's just not 30 degrees all the time because blimey, the beaches are nice. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, go down there and hit subscribe and we'll do more stuff like this without getting bitten by midges.
All right, bye.
Let's go. Goodbye, guys.
Oh, the eye.
It's like on my hands. Like, why are you on my hands?